say we thank you, Papa. We have to lift our hands and say we thank you, Lord. Every Ghanaian, there are some serious issues for discussion. What is happening to Ghana? Open wide your eyes. With the Lord we shall make it. With hard work we shall be there. Wake up, people of Ghana. We have a heritage to defend. Why should we be fighting? Together we stand. Take a look around you. All is not well. From colonial days to our independence, hallelujah, that's far we've come. We have to lift our hands and say we thank you, Papa. We have to lift our hands and say we thank you, Lord. All over and say we thank you, Papa. We have to lift our hands and say we thank you. I said I want to ask some questions. From the 1950s through many years, Ebenezer, that's far we've come. We have to lift our hands and say we thank you, Papa. We have to lift our hands and say we thank you, Lord. We have to lift our hands and say we thank you, Papa. We have to lift our hands and say we thank you, Lord. Attention every Ghanaian, there are some serious issues for discussion. What is happening to Ghana? Open wide your eyes. With the Lord we shall make it. With hard work we shall be there. Wake up, people of Ghana. We have a heritage to defend. Why should we be fighting? Together we stand. Take a look around you. All is not well. From colonial days to our independence, hallelujah, that's far we've come. We have to lift our hands and say we thank you, Papa. We have to lift our hands and say we thank you, Lord. We have to lift our hands and say we thank you, Papa. We have to lift our hands and say we thank you, Lord. All over the world, please give me your ears. Come on, every proper Ghanaian. I said I want to ask some questions. I want to make suggestions. Please lend me your ears. All over the world, Ghana is a beloved country. All over Africa, we are noted for our peace. From the 1950s through many years, Ebenezer, that's far we've come. We have to lift our hands and say we thank you, Papa. We have to lift our hands and say we thank you, Lord. We have to lift our hands and say we thank you, Papa. We have to lift our hands and say we thank you, Lord. every Ghanaian. There are some serious issues for discussion. What is happening to Ghana? Open wide your eyes. With the Lord, we shall make.
Yamo Akwaba Sonkomba Castle 90.3 FM.
Wake up, people of Ghana.
And a paying Komai sports team what the two guard there, Binya and Komotrichi Kama Bino. Brennason, within the Mr. Smile, and let me say a very big good morning to you wherever you are. This is Castle 90.3 FM. We are live in Cape Coast, located on the Johnson Street, close to the Metropolitan Assembly, and also close to Mrs. Appiah's building. Well, this morning we're going to have a very interactive conversation with Her Excellency Harriet Thompson. She is a British High Commissioner to Ghana. It's going to be a very interactive one. It's American narrating there, and I'm paying probably when you're in team. I getting what you can come British High Commissioner to Ghana. On Ghana na British Yeninkitamudi, Hunsam Yenara. Na Her Excellency Harriet Thompson listening in Tana paying in about your chunk kakra na Yehuda or mayan and a pay Bibi Sonkwa or the fee Britain Manum or the brain. What she has for us this morning, and the message she probably has from Britain for us. Probably the Queen told her she has a special message for Central Region and the Cape Coast in particular. So we welcome especially and the team to Cape Coast and to Castle 90.3 FM. We always blend tradition with style. We take a quick minute break, and when we're back, we welcome her and we'll begin the conversation. Menzanamo Akwa baby member Castle 90.3 FM. Meeting the Mr. Smile, and let me welcome Her Excellency Harriet Thompson. Her Excellency, welcome.
Good morning, thank you very much.
I hope you are doing well.
Very well, thank you. I hope you are too.
I am too. How is Ghana and how is Cape Coast especially?
Oh, I've had a great time in Cape Coast. A really good few days here. Thank you very much. Yeah.
What have you enjoyed so far in Cape Coast?
It's a beautiful region, absolutely stunning. The green natural landscape, the coast. We visited some of the forts in the region and learned about the important history. I've met some fabulous people here. Had a wonderful time yesterday at the celebration of 60 years of the University of Cape Coast. So it's been a really varied, really enjoyable visit. Thank you.
What about the food? Which one have you enjoyed so far?
Fanti Kenke was delicious.
Fanti Kenke with what?
I had it with chicken stew, I think that one. I enjoyed banku with fish stew as well. Okay. That was nice. So yeah, I'm enjoying the food. So far so good. You've enjoyed all the food we have here. Yeah.
We'll make sure we package a lot of it for you to take to Accra. Okay, welcome once again, Excellency. We are glad to have you here in our studios, Castle 90.3 FM. We stand to blend tradition with style, and we are glad to have you this morning. Well, let's begin with a conversation this morning and ask, what brings you to the Central Region? I mean, there are 16 good regions in the country. What is bringing you to Central Region today?
So this is actually my third trip to Central Region. It's my first official trip other than for Independence Day celebrations. It was the first region of Ghana that I visited even before I lived here on a family holiday with my kids and my parents. But this trip is about me getting out of Accra and understanding what the whole of the country, to which I am the representative of the Queen and the British government, what the whole of the country is like, not just Accra where I live. So my ambition is to have visited all of the 16 regions by the end of this year, and I'm delighted that this week it's the turn of Central Region. Okay. We're also trying to strengthen our relationships as the British High Commission with the Parliament of Ghana, and it's been a real pleasure to spend time with a number of MPs from this region to understand more about Ghana's parliamentary system, about the relationships between parliamentarians and traditional leaders, a regional minister and central government. So that's been extremely helpful and very enjoyable as well.
Well, good to know that's the reason you are here in Central Region, and we're glad to have you be a pioneer. I mean, the first female British High Commissioner to Ghana, and they are doing so well. Well, let's come back to being the British High Commissioner to Ghana. I mean, how has the experience been so far? I knew you came to Ghana way a little bit in 2021 June. How has the experience been so far?
I've had such a warm welcome. That's the first thing to say. It's been really great. My family have settled very happily, and I'm very much enjoying the role. It's been fascinating to learn more about the country. It has such a strong reputation overseas for the warmth of its people, and certainly the warmth of its welcome to me and my family has borne that out. For its values, its inclusive, tolerant society, and that too has been brought out in my experience here. It's been great understanding more about the government's vision for the country and the people's vision for the country, and it's a real honour for me to be leading the British government's effort here to support the government in realising its vision of moving Ghana beyond aid.
Okay, but basically, let's talk about what you heard and what your experience has been. Has there been a difference, or you think it's been the same thing? I mean, prior to you coming to Ghana and being on the platform as the High Commissioner to Ghana, has there been any difference?
So you never know quite what to expect of a country before you arrive. So I try not to come with too many expectations.
Okay.
Ghana's got this, it's got such a strong reputation overseas. And as I say, much of that has been brought out. Ghana has a really excellent reputation as a place to do business. And it's a bit of a darling of the investors. People want to find opportunities here. On coming, I've understood some of the difficulties that companies face as well, and I'm therefore proud of the work that we're doing with the government, with the private sector, with the Investment Promotion Centre, to try to improve the business environment so that we can get more investment coming into Ghana and create those jobs that Ghana needs so desperately.
Okay, talking about investment in Ghana and talking about the president or the government's vision of making Ghana go beyond aid. I mean, let's talk about some of the projects UK has got in the region.
So it's been great hearing about the priorities for the region from both the politicians and from the traditional leaders. So we've heard about, and I've seen the potential, huge potential for the tourist industry. And it's great that now that the pandemic is, I don't know if coming to an end is the right way to put it, but we're learning to live with it at least, and travel is starting again. It was a pleasure for me to be in the UK a couple of weeks back with His Excellency the President of the Republic to launch Destination Ghana, which is all about getting more tourists to visit the country.
After we had the year of return?
Exactly, yeah. So it's trying to recreate the momentum of that. And it was great to see how many British companies, particularly run by people with Ghanaian roots, are active in that space. And with what I've seen in this region, as I say, the forts, the history, the beautiful natural landscapes, I can see great potential for getting some of those businesses involved here. So those are connections that I want to continue to make. I've heard about the importance of job creation and of supporting small and medium enterprises to grow. And that's another area where the British High Commission's focus is very heavily. Working out how we can get the financial systems, for example, working in a way that very small businesses and individuals can access the capital that they need to grow their businesses and create more jobs. It was great hearing yesterday about the University of Cape Coast's Innovation Hub and how they're helping people with ideas to incubate those ideas and grow them into businesses. And that innovation is an area of partnership with UK institutions too. So, for example, University of Cape Coast is partnering with a number of different universities in the UK on various aspects of innovation, be that in agriculture or fisheries or biomedical sciences. So in all of these areas, it's not just the partnership between the government of the UK and the government of Ghana that matters. It's also the people connections and the connections between our institutions and the connections between our private sectors as well that I think will help bring help this region to really realise its potential, which is enormous.
Okay, so also we are the Higher Castle 90.3 FM Nayenye or Her Excellency Harriet Thompson and we're speaking to Her Excellency Harriet Thompson this morning, and the conversation is all about her presence in the Central region and what the British government has.
I suppose. So the initial plan would be to start with what's called fill and finish. So the vaccine is manufactured elsewhere, but then it's brought to a different plant, different location, for the vials to be filled, the small packages which each dose is in to be filled, and for the product to be ready for sale, ready for use. So that would be the first stage, and even that requires some very complicated machinery and technology, but that stage could be realised relatively soon, and from there you would then develop to create the vaccines actually locally. The ambition, I think, would be to develop a facility that would not only be able to deal with COVID vaccines, but vaccines for other diseases as well. Obviously, once you've got the technology, then make the best use of it possible. You ask the killer question about, is this pandemic ever going to be over? So I'm obviously not a scientist, but from the research that colleagues in the UK have been doing, keeping up with the scientific community around the world, we're going to have to learn to live with it. It's not going to go away once the disease has been introduced. Actually eradicating that disease is a huge endeavour. We've managed it with some, I'm pleased to say, but we're at the very early stages of this new disease. So I think the first stage will be learning to live with it, and in the same way that in the UK we all get colds, we all get flu every winter, this will be another thing that we have to accept is part of our lives. So it's how to manage that in a way that causes the least health problems, the least economic problems.
I mean, it's good to hear that we're going to have something that will go beyond the scope of COVID-19. But talking about that, I'll just pause this one quickly, then we'll move on to something around education, which I'm so much interested in. The fact that, I mean, we've had malaria being a very particular disease that keeps coming every now and then. I mean, the British government has been one that has been advocating for prevention, better than being the cure being the process. So, I mean, are we looking at any other things in the health sector like malaria and other ones that you're going to help us with?
Yes, we've been working on malaria with Government of Ghana for a long time, as you say, particularly looking at prevention. But it was great, I think it was last year rather than early this year, to see the progress that's been made in developing a vaccine also for malaria. And Ghana was one of the pilot countries for that medication. It's early days still, there's a long way to go, but that's with a UK company, GSK, GlaxoSmithKline, involved in that work. So it's encouraging to see how much progress the scientific community is making, and we live in hope that there will be a cure for the disease, which will be progressing in line with the continuing work on prevention.
Good to hear that. I mean, health is wealth. So anytime we're talking about health, we are glad to hear that more is being invested in that field. But let's look at education. I mean, UK is a center for academic excellence, no doubt about that. And we've had a couple of universities out there giving opportunities. Myself, I've seen a lot of them on the internet and on their website talking about opportunities, sponsorship and all that. Let's talk about education, the quality of education in Ghana now. What is the UK doing to help us? I mean, we still have a whole lot of backdrop, but I mean, our recent flagship program by the recent government, the free SHS, I mean, it's seeing a lot of numbers. What else is the UK government doing to help the Ghanaian government in terms of education?
I'm glad you asked about education. It's so important in any country. So we've been working with the government of Ghana and actually with the University of Cape Coast as well to boost teacher training and national standards, create national standards in education. So really professionalising the job of teachers so that it is a recognised profession. We have worked to improve the teaching practices of 70,000 teachers and also, importantly, 1,500 teacher trainers so that is sustainable over the years. We've provided literacy and continue to provide literacy and numeracy skills, including through a program that provides that teaching remotely. So the teachers might be based in Accra or any other big city, and that training, that learning can reach children in communities right the way across the country. We're using that now to help children to catch up once they go back into school after the pandemic, and also working to get kids back into school, particularly girls, and for them then to stay in school and get that quality of education that will enable girls to realise their full potential as women in this society. So we run a programme one of the favourite ones that I've come across so far. It's called Girls Pass, and it's supported in conjunction with the government of Ghana and CAMFED 99,000 girls to stay in secondary school to complete their education.
That is the British government?
Yeah.
Okay.
And many of those girls are now acting as mentors. So they'll go back to their schools and they will talk with actually not only the girls, with the boys as well, and they will tell them their own experience. They will help them to realise what the advantages to them are of staying in schools. They'll engage with the families as well, who quite often don't see the point in some communities of their children going to school. So that's been a really, really powerful intervention too.
I mean, I would say congratulations with the numbers on the comfort aspect. I have seen a tremendous number of people who've gone through the comfort program and are mentors now. They are friends, and I can see the strides they are making. So I'll say kudos to the UK government for bringing that particular initiative up. But talking about the other aspect of the education, the practicality of things, have we had anything to do with that? I mean, the world is moving into an era where people think entrepreneurship, industry skills, getting the soft skills and even practical ones. I mean, not only the theory aspect is also important. Have we made any strides there? Is there anything particular we're doing there?
Yeah, so it's been great actually hearing in each of the places I've stopped in Central Region. All of the MPs, the traditional rulers have all talked about programs that they're setting up to help give the children in their communities, the young people in their communities, those opportunities to learn a trade.
Okay.
I think it's so important to recognise the value of non-academic education as well. So it's not just what you learn in the classroom, it's also what you learn to do with your hands, be that tailoring or welding or mechanics. So it's really been great to hear how much of that is happening locally. Through the UK, there's an organisation called Printers Trust International.
Okay.
And another one called Duke of Edinburgh Award, which in Ghana is known as a Head of State Award. And that helps to give young people the life skills, I suppose, that go alongside the academic education to help prepare people for the world of work, the world beyond school. And I've really enjoyed partnering with those organisations and meeting some of the young people involved in those programmes too in my time in Ghana.
I mean, in your personal experience, would you recommend that more of that be done, or you think a balance of both the theoretical aspect and the non-academic aspect be done?
Yeah, I mean, I think a balance is always the right way to go. As a civil servant, that's probably a bit of a cop-out. You'll always hear us talking about balance. But we have to recognise that there are a range of different employment opportunities. There are a range of different needs. And there are a range of different people as well. So some young people will be suited to the academic route and to perhaps more of an office-based working environment. Others will be suited to more of a manual route and taking on those manual jobs that are absolutely crucial to keeping any country going. So I think placing the value equally on both and recognising the importance of both is really important. One other idea that comes to mind in my time in Ghana is the importance of training people so that they are ready to be the creators of jobs rather than just the seekers,
the
of
entrepreneurs.
Jobs. So the focus on entrepreneurship is absolutely crucial in my mind.
Okay. Well, the last issue on the education aspect before we take a little break back to other question is about the scholarship. I mean, I made mention of the fact that we've seen a couple of them, but I'll be glad if you finish us with the ones that are on the market now. I mean, the prominent ones that the UK is given to Ghanaian students. Are there any particular ones that we should hear of or we should be noted about, and as soon as possible we can go and take a part in them?
Again, I'm glad to have the opportunity to talk about them. So there are two main scholarship programs. There's the Commonwealth scholarships that enable students in any Commonwealth country to go and study in another Commonwealth country. The flagship UK scholarship program is the Chevening program. The application window is from August to November. It's a competitive process, and I love being involved in the selection process and then in meeting the scholars because they all have such great ideas for what it is they want to go and study, and then importantly with this scheme, how they intend to bring that learning back to their home country and benefit their home country for it.
Okay.
So it's a year-long master's program, fully funded in any of the UK's world-class universities. And yeah, I think what makes it stand out is this expectation that people will come back. So through the selection process, we ask people not only about their academic experience, their working experience to date, but how they envisage the course that they have chosen benefiting their home country on their return.
Okay, well, let me take a little break. You go there and Your Excellency Harriet Thompson yang ngene twetwe nkomo wa Castle 90.3 FM so also together na and some of them can be was about the fact that COVID brain no wo bo Ghana mani para wo hwe na wanyi oye one hour asupiti. I mean the frontliners wo mo one in church was the PPs na nyama hodo baby account na sisi are wo hwe nyime there the plans of the government to have oye a vaccine center wahano obisi wan worbo Ghana mani ma yetumi ayene na biam so ye ba adusiam nsam na orebodo de bebrena na worry say eti idwumedi bi ofan comfort what timbesiafo wo mo ye na so so wo ye ya wetum wakọ na wanye mbesia nkakrama so akasa anambenyin so akasa na wa cheche onde ohia de betina suku dem na etum na enya adusua chinde ba na nam aboano na biam so or the two grade se ihwe nsanu dwuma na oye beribia woridi ho dwuma papa na ono de na afem no nyim de in one obetina classroom na one obenya nsanu dwuma nya ni nyinare hia intena menti sawori nsanu dwuma memfa na trotroba mia ho na ye anoka oye scholarship opportunities awreka de ono de eya no mu ya dana kakra but abrena abrinyara na nyaje de obutuna oka ho bi de wo bafa nkofo a wabaka kosua de na wasan wadaba wonu krom. That is the emphasis. Wabasan wadaba wonu krom na wetum wa mo one man etumpan. Until there can be a Commonwealth scholarship and other flagship or a scholarship opportunity on obeying 50 August to November. Now it's master's program and it's fully funded. So I mean, those of us in the universities and all that, we need to check into that and make sure we enjoy part of that. You're still listening to Castle 90.3 FM. We say we blend tradition with that. We have the British High Commissioner to Ghana, Her Excellency Harriet Thompson, in our midst this morning, and we're having a very nice and interesting conversation with her. Well, Her Excellency, back to the issue. I mean, let's talk about gender equality. I mean, I've seen a couple of pictures with you and some ladies. You allowed one particular lady to take over your office to enjoy being a commissioner. I mean, I just wished it was me. I mean, being in the office for a day. I mean, I got to read that and check all that on your social media. But let's talk about gender equality and all that. As a High Commissioner, as the first female British High Commissioner to Ghana, what has been your involvement? What do you think this gender equality call, how important is it and how relevant is it in our era?
It's absolutely important and it's absolutely relevant. No country anywhere in the world is going to realise its full potential if it doesn't take its full population with it. And I include my own country in that. No country has got this cracked. Different countries around the world are at different stages along the way. It's a huge honour for me to be in this position, and I think a particular honour because I'm the first woman to be in this role. I hope that me having achieved this ambition of mine will give people the confidence that they too can achieve whatever it is they want to achieve. I started out from fairly humble beginnings. I lived in council house in the UK and worked hard through education, and my parents supported me all the way, and through that determination I've come to this super position that I'm now lucky enough to be in.
Okay.
And I hope that other people will realise they can do the same. But it's more than just personal will. There are institutional barriers and societal barriers that hold women and other excluded groups back. And through the work that we do right across the High Commission's portfolio, so across the work that we do in security and developing the private sector and boosting our trade and investment relationship and helping to strengthen Ghana's democracy still further. Through all of these things that we do as the High Commission, we have a particular focus on gender and making sure that we leave no one behind. As Ghana moves forward, Ghana needs to be taking everyone with them.
Okay, but normally people argue that it should be more of it's more of the women empowerment in this era. Whenever we talk about gender equality, should it be only the women? Because some people feel when the women are empowered and they get mixed up with men that are now empowered, it's still a chaos.
So I think the fact is, in Ghana and around the world, it has been men over centuries who have had the power. I mean, that's too simplistic a way of putting it. You know, looking back at Ghana's history and the matriarchal lineage that's so important in some cultures in Ghana, it's far too simplistic a way of putting it. But in general, societies have been primarily shaped by men, and therefore societies primarily suit men. So that's why I think we need a particular focus to make up that gap, I suppose. But that doesn't mean that the focus should be entirely on women. I've got 3 kids, 1 boy and 2 girls. And the way that my son thinks is as important as the way that my girls think. So I would be horrified if my son grew up thinking that the woman should do all the cooking, for example, or the woman should do all the childcare. Equally, if my girls grow up thinking that it should be them doing all the cooking and all the childcare, then we have a problem. So it needs to be both. We need to be thinking about our young men, our boys, as well as our young women and girls. So
let's talk about what the UK government is doing, especially, I mean, some are saying that you allowing more women to take portfolios or allowing a gender balance on the political arena, the economic front is the way to go. Is that really the way to go?
So I think that's an important part of it. I think that's a really important part of it. And I'm committed to not taking part in panels where, or for my people in my office, not to take part in panels or discussions where it's only male members there. We need to make sure that we're giving women an equal platform. Through March of this year, we had a particular focus on gender equality. It's when International Women's Day falls, but we decided to stretch that out across the whole of the month. And we arranged a series of events and gatherings that were about giving women that platform. So be it politicians or artists or educators, members of civil society, making sure women have that space to have a voice and be able to speak out. Because I think too often still, you know, you'll go to, I've been to TV interviews, for example, and you have the serious news desk with the male journalist over here and the soft and cozy sofa for the informal conversation with the female journalist over here. And that needs to change. We need to recognise that women they've got important things to say on the issues that matter in the world. It's not all soft and fluffy for women and hard-nosed for the men.
I mean, we're glad you are setting the pace for this particular conversation where you are being the first female High Commissioner, British High Commissioner to Ghana. We hope that more of you will be coming, and I mean, the males will be set aside for a while. But let's talk about the relationship between UK and Central Region. I mean, you've talked about the plan of the president with the destination Ghana and all that, with a lot of people from the diaspora who have bloodlines and all that in Ghana that are willing to come here. Let's talk about it. How do you intend to strengthen all this relation that you have with what else are you going to add to us? What else are our citizens, the chiefs and MPs you're going to be interacting, what else are they going to do so that we have a very strong bond with you?
So that's one of the reasons that this visit has been so helpful, actually, is to understand the partnerships that we can help create between this region and the UK in various shapes and forms. So, for example, I visited a soap making factory, organic African black soap. And there is huge demand for organic beauty products right the way around the world, including in the UK. So we'll be looking at how we can connect that company to companies in the UK who might be interested in exporting that product to the UK. We'll be looking at making connections with the organisations who can provide finance at the level that small companies like that need, but also small individual farmers or fisher people or market women in order to grow their businesses. There are, I mentioned already, some of the partnerships between the University of Cape Coast and UK universities, but as the university goes through to its next 60 years of improving education outcomes in Ghana, there are more partnerships that we can make with other UK institutions, not just for the University of Cape Coast, but for the other establishments in this region, so that we're learning from each other and building those connections. Well,
let me put you on the spot right here. I mean, you were in Nigeria for quite a while before taking a portfolio to be the British High Commissioner to Ghana. Well, let me say, I mean, everybody says Ghanaian jollof and Nigerian jollof. Which one would you go for? I'm putting you on a hot spot right now.
I can't answer that question. I can't answer that question.
Okay. Well, but away from that, let me ask this. People, I mean, the youth here, we normally like to go out of our way and say we want to travel to the States because there is greener pastures. But I mean, your experience there and the experience here, what would you say to the youth here who would want to eagerly to travel to other, diaspora countries to just make a living? What would you tell them?
I would say that the opportunities here in Ghana are incredible.
And you believe in that?
Do I believe in that?
That there are opportunities here.
Incredible opportunities here. Incredible opportunities. And that the future of this country lies in the hands of its young people. That's not to say that young people should feel the burden of responsibility. But rather than looking overseas necessarily for those greener pastures, yes, get that experience overseas, and get the education, build the networks, see how things are done differently. But don't always assume that overseas is better. Take that learning and bring it back here and think about what this country needs, what Ghana needs, and realize some of those incredible opportunities that are here.
Okay. The British High Commissioner to Ghana, Her Excellency Harriet Thompson, Komoka Difa, Mbesiana Mbenin, Dayebenya Chapen war abrina brinya nyama okodo man no no reason kanaka de oye dem besia from mo nkomo wai bi eso oye so dem beyin so obeye bi bre gumare ya mbeyin wenya akwanya de obedi nyama bebre nyim but se mbesia fo so mo nkona obutum waye na wine ye no ze no ho ye mfato no rechem de owombe basa mbesia fo ebie na beyin kwere eso oma won hu de ejuma bi wo ho ye mabeyin no kwete anada bibi wo ye memesia fo kwete o kire won de ni nyinara obiara botum aye na oye so oboboan na orikache na mbembu no so akwenje bebre wo mane mu de ye botum ya me ne man na tumpan inti mama dana danye na adwin yende ye botu kwana kwa man foforodo ne yakobo ya na bra ye nhwede ye betre ye ne mane mu sende akwenje bebre da ha yetumi ye keka ye ho a enyama botum aye ya me. Before we take your final words, I would want to ask you, which Ghanaian song is your favorite?
I don't know the names of the songs that I like.
So you could sing a line for me.
No, you really don't want me to sing a line.
I would really like you to sing a line for me.
I'm really enjoying Ghanaian music.
Is it a gospel, the Afrobeat, or which one?
I like the Afrobeat.
You like the Afrobeat?
Yeah,
you dance to them?
Yeah, with my kids in the kitchen. My son is getting to the age where he is deeply embarrassed by me dancing around the kitchen. And if I do it in public, then it's even worse.
I thought you would do that when you go to the award schemes and all that. I mean, where you do a lot of presentation of the certificate and all that.
No, I don't dance in public, not really. But like
why?
If we're out informally, then yeah, I'll have a dance.
Okay.
My kids hate it.
Okay. But you don't know any song?
I don't know the names.
Which of the artists would you want to sing their song, or probably you've heard their song?
Yeah, so I like Stoneboy.
Stoneboy, okay.
Yeah, lots of them.
Okay, so before you go, I'll play you one Stoneboy song. But let's take the final words that you've got for us as people of the Central region, and I mean youth especially, and I mean the whole of Ghana. What you've got for us, I mean, as the British High Commissioner to Ghana, and especially to the ladies of this region.
Yeah, so This is a beautiful, beautiful region, and it's got huge potential in so many ways. The people that I've met here and their commitment to making this a better place has been inspiring, and I hope that my colleagues, the people of the UK, the companies of the UK can help in realising that ambition. And I would encourage everybody here to play their part in that, to be upstanding members of society and to take their place in realising the huge potential that this region has to offer.
Thank you so much, Her Excellency Harriet Thompson, for having us this morning and having this wonderful conversation with us. I mean, your presence in Central Region is a great feat for us, and we are glad to have you in our studios, Castle 90.3 FM. I mean, how have you felt the studio and all that stuff?
It's been a real pleasure to be here. Thank you so much for the opportunity.
Thank you too. And before you go, this is your song.
Generation thy word shall forever be the foundation, and the four corners of the world shall know.
So this is Stoneboy and he says praises. So I'll leave you with a song, and we'll say thank you to the listeners as well for tuning into Castle 90.3 FM. My name is Mr. Smart, and we have the British High Commissioner to Ghana, Her Excellency Harriet Thompson, in the studio. So Her Excellency, this is your song, and I mean, we would like to watch you dance behind the scenes and all that. Thank you for coming, and thank you for doing the listening as well.